The US are really trying to ban Somali immigration for 25 years. The American politician called Brandon Gill has introduced a bill called the Somali Immigration Moratorium Act. The bill would pause immigration from Somalia for 25 years by amending US immigration law. This bill would basically block most new visas, green cards, refugee and asylum protections, and work permits for Somali nationals for 25 years. This wouldn't affect people who are already in the US before the enactment, as well as current green card holders, official visas, and diplomats. Brandon Gill is framing this as protecting national security, taxpayers, and social cohesion. He claims that issues like welfare dependency and fraud in the Somali community justify this ban. And again, this is just a legislation and is yet not passed as law. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts about this whole situation.
The US government just officially banned Somalian nationals for 25 years. Yes, 25 whooping years. That's like a full generation gone. And there are some reasons to this, like the Somalians trying to Islamize the US. And so there are a lot of cases and reasons behind this, which we're going to discuss in the clips in this video. And you talk about things like fraud. Yes, running a fake daycare and then you're scamming taxpayers' money to run a daycare that does not exist by a Somalian. So these are part of the reasons that made the US government to ban Somalian nationals for 25 years. And there are reasons like, fraud, threats, threatening the government, and then domination issues. And there's a whole lot, trying to Islamize America. But then the funny truth is this: how can you be in a particular country and you want to bring in your own religion to Islamize the country? America is a Christian country. There are other religions in America. So we're going to look into details why the US government had to ban Somalia for 25 years, which is way, way, way out of proportion. And we're going to talk about some of the facts that were looked into, like the fraud issue, the threats, and Islamizing America. These are some facts and factors that the American government used to actually ban Somalia. And there are a lot of clips that's going to explain this better and give you different views on this situation. And I would love you to get your popcorn and get ready as we watch these clips. Credit goes to all original creators of the clips in this video. And if you love read commentary videos like this, like, subscribe, and let's get to it.
As I sit here and I bash most members of Congress, John Thune is a total loser. James Comer, more action, less talking. I'd like to just at least point out the bright spots in all of this. I don't want you guys to be totally black-pilled. While we are talking about whether or not Somalians who committed unprecedented amounts of fraud will ever actually be held accountable, there is a warrior in Congress taking action to prevent more of it from happening. My Congressman Brandon Gill, who is introducing legislation that would ban Somalis migrating to the United States, at all. It's just, no thank you. We're going to have a moratorium on that, 25-year moratorium on immigration from Somalia. And that's that. We don't like pirates. We don't need more pirates. We already have enough of them. And we just don't need you here. By the way, I do realize a lot of people are actually forever. Okay, well, they have the ability to do that in 25 years. But can we just agree that 25 years is a great start? Okay. Now, Brandon has been so great about trying to warn of this issue and one of the other issues that this dovetails into, which I'll get to in a moment. But he's been talking for a while, regardless of the insults that people throw his way for daring speak the truth. He has been warning for a while about, number one, the fact that they refuse to assimilate, which you cannot have a cohesive country when you are importing a bunch of immigrants from a third world country who refuse to assimilate to your first world values. That can't happen. You can't have that. That's not a country that you want, because that's not a country that functions. Okay. He's also been warning about the abuse of our welfare benefits, because as it turns out, you guys are going to be shocked to hear this. As it turns out, when you import people from the third world who have absolutely no marketable skills, no education, they don't know how to do anything that pays good money or contributes to our economy, all they do is siphon out more of your taxpayer dollars by way of welfare benefits.
Households in Minnesota are on Medicaid.
I don't know.
It's 73%. Do you know what that number is for Minnesota native households?
Again, you're using the phrase Minnesota native households.
Correct.
The majority.
The number is 18%. That's quite an astounding difference. I think we would.
Can I answer the question, please?
You're
Let me
not
ask you one
answering.
more, and then we can go into that. What percentage of Somali-headed households are on welfare in general?
I don't know.
It's 81%. What about, let me just ask you, after 10 years of being in the United States, what percentage of...
Core part of American sovereignty is the ability to determine who's able to enter our country. And the sole purpose of our immigration system is to benefit American citizens. That's why today I introduced a bill that would implement a Somalia immigration moratorium. Mr. Speaker, we've seen the multi-billion-dollar Somalia fraud scandal just in the past week, and Americans are furious. And the reality is that Somalian immigration makes America less prosperous, less safe, and less culturally cohesive.
A Somali man from Ohio claims America will become an Islamic state and says Trump should be told. Listen to what he has to say.
Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yes, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really?
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will
That's
happen.
never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see
That's what we are. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Really?
Islamic state.
Young
Yes. God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead.
Many Americans are disturbed. A country built on Christian heritage opens its doors, feeds you, protects you, and then you openly talk about taking control, imposing your religion, and reshaping the nation that helped you. That crosses a line. What makes it worse? When people raise these concerns, supporters rush in saying it's fake or AI, even when it's real. Add reports of fraud in some communities, and trust is shaken. Protection does not mean entitlement or dominance. America must act fast. Europe must act fast. Are governments responding quickly enough or waiting until it's too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
So this is Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center. We've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. I would like to check a child in the daycare. Why? Can I speak to a manager? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare?
You got $2.66 million this year in funding and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Wow. You're right. That was the old good journalism. By the way, Fox Digital reached out to that learning center to try and, get a statement from them. And apparently the number doesn't even work. So we did not get a response there.
Well, and we're talking too, I mean, some of these different places where you visited and collectively have received millions and millions in state funds. And, I watched the 42 minutes and good for Nick Shirley. And he also was accompanied, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name who was with him, who's done so much research in this as well. The man you can see right there with the papers, who's done just as a citizen, a concerned citizen flagging this, realizing that there's big issues. So it kind of raises a question too. If concerned citizens were flagging this years ago, and then, it just, why did the government in Minnesota?
My name is Deco Noor. I'm a parent who receives federal funding for childcare for my kiddo. Over 20,000 kids will lose access to childcare programs. And that 20,000 thousands of children rely on childcare, and thousands of parents rely on childcare. Therefore, if childcare will, oh my God. I'm currently a medical student. I rely on childcare. I work. If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
Look at the rock on her finger. Look at the rock on her finger. You know what? When y'all first sent me this video, I didn't even notice it, but I'm noticing it now. Look at the rock on her finger. That's crazy, the pear-shaped rock on her ring finger. And then she says that she's a medical student. First of all, she can't even follow the script that they gave her because she just shot herself in the foot, and she just told y'all, and they basically admitting to your face that they committing fraud. They're admitting it, they throwing it in your face, and you just acting like it don't even exist. She got her hand over her mouth because she knows she slipped up, and because we on the internet in the social media era, it lives forever, so it's gonna go out. And you knew it was gonna come into my hands, baby, because as soon as I get it, I'm gonna report on it and I'm gonna show you exactly what's being communicated. So while they put together their rallies and they try to figure out how it is that they're gonna keep the fraud turned on, and while we, and this is the most disrespectful part, why are we paying for childcare, fake childcare, fraud childcare? Why are we paying for childcare for other people to benefit, and they are not even from this country, mostly temporary protective status, asylum seekers? Fuck is going on? And now you see why a lot of people are basically revolting, and people are tired, and they saying, man, I don't even feel like paying for this junk no more because this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. I don't want to pay taxes anymore because it's disrespectful, because it all goes towards fraud. And she just basically just admitted it to you and slipped up and said it right in front of your face, and nobody batted an eye. They tried to get her composed. This is crazy, bro.
Hey, so this alleged daycare fraud story in Minnesota is
alleged.
Not over. Here's an explainer of recent events. On December 26th, YouTuber Nick Shirley posted his video about that alleged fraud. And then a few days later, HHS Deputy Secretary Jim O'Neill announces this: we have frozen all childcare payments to the state of Minnesota. Now, in this video, he and another Trump administration officials say they are talking about the $185 million.
My biggest fear in life is that this man may never witness our full takeover. Yes, he may never witness that. He already witnessed our partial takeover, our little success in America. And he is the reason, actually, I know that the community in America is thriving. He is how I know. It's like, he's how we measure our progress. If he doesn't tweet, somebody messed up. I know it. Somebody fucked up the plan. If he tweet, I know. I know we're doing the right things. Yes, that's how I know. So he's old and sick, I know. He may not witness our full takeover, but I promise you that his sons will witness. Just like him, we came to exist in this country. See, the land of free men, the land of opportunities. And we're here. Yes. And we're not leaving, actually. We're not going back. What do you mean go back? You should go back first. You see, if you came first, you go first. See? Just like you. Tell me how you own this land. Explain to the world how this land became your land. Tell the world.
So this report follows Congressman McGill's announcement that he's introducing a 25-year moratorium on Somali immigration into the United States. So when we were talking about this, he said this essentially ties into the issue that we're dealing with in DFW, which is large-scale Islamic immigration. And not only that, but it's a failure to integrate into society. So we've seen Epic City, we've seen a lot of other developments, such as a mosque in Leander, where these communities form enclaves. Instead of integrating and becoming American, they end up forming these highly Islamic developments and trying to essentially plant colonies around the DFW area.
Here's why mass Somali immigration is destroying Texas communities right now. Hi everyone, I'm Heather with the Dallas Express. Today, we're diving into Representative Brandon Gill's explosive push for a 25-year Somali immigration plan, the fraud, welfare abuse, and cultural shifts hitting Dallas hard. Representative Gill is sounding the alarm on mass Islamic migration transforming Dallas-Fort Worth area. In our exclusive interview, he pointed out mosques popping up all over the DFW area and schools handing out Sharia pamphlets. At Wiley East High School, why Islam distributed Qurans, Sharia info, and hijabs unauthorized, but it still happened. Gill ties it to concerns like calls to prayer or Sharia creeping in. His bill pauses Somali immigration for 25 years. Somalia is mostly Muslim, and this wave brings problems. 81% of Somali households are on welfare nationwide. In Minnesota, 73% are on Medicaid and 54% on food stamps. Now in Texas, an Afghan in Fort Worth threatened a bombing while backing the Taliban. Islamic developments like East Plano's Meadows spark Sharia fears. Governor Abbott has banned them. Attorney General Ken Paxton is investigating. An Austin Muslim school plans a trust that is linked to Hamas financing. But here's the real crisis. Unchecked migration overloads welfare, spikes crime, and erodes communities without pushback. And Gill's right on stats. Somali crimes higher, welfare massive, Minnesota scams built billions, and terror ties. The Wiley incident questions security. Islamic centers push developments, worrying locals. Abbott's law, Paxton's probe fight back, but more is needed. Now, Gill's bill drops February 4th, pausing Somali entries for 25 years, tackling fraud and assimilation. Mass Somali migration transforms Texas with welfare strain, crime, cultural shifts, and Gill's moratorium aims to halt it, safeguarding communities. Now, make sure you check out all of the details in this exclusive interview at dallasexpress.com. Also, make sure you download our mobile app on Google Play or the Apple Store.
U.S. Congress moves to ban Somalian nationals for 25 years for statements like fraud, threats, and Islamization, and acting out of proportion. And from the clips you just watched, I would like you to go to the comment section, drop your opinion, drop your thoughts. Let's have a conversation on it, respectfully. And if you love re-commentary videos like this, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification. I'll see you in the next one.